Trial is underway for the man accused of killing Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. Body camera video played in court today shows the moment officers found the 22-year-old's body. The killing added fuel to the national debate over immigration when authorities announced suspect Jose Ibarra was in the U.S. illegally. ABC's Morgan Norwood is following that trial for us. And Morgan, let's start with this body cam video. What did it show, and what other testimony have you heard so far today?
Hi, Diane. Good to be with you. Yeah, we know that court just broke for recess just a short time ago, but I kind of want to give you a run-through, or a rundown, rather, of what we've heard throughout the day, beginning with opening statements, because I think those were really poignant moments in the beginning of this trial. The prosecution told the judge, and painting this picture to the judge, saying that Jose Ibarra had this all planned out, right? They say that he essentially went hunting for women to sexually assault at UGA back in February, and then found Laken Riley on her morning jog. It was routine for her, brutally beat her to death, and then strangled her allegedly when she tried to get away back in February. So in terms of the evidence presented today and the testimony, we do hear that body camera video to point out it was too graphic to be shown, but it essentially details the moment that authorities found Laken Riley's body on that trail. The officer who found her can be heard frantically calling for backup, starting several rounds of CPR, but to no avail. We did see Jose Ibarra listening in. He had on headphones. We also saw that officer as well, and you could tell at times it was really difficult for him to listen back to that moment. That officer also testifying and telling a judge that Laken's clothing had been partially removed and describing how she had been found. Really graphic details there. We also heard the 911 calls, Diane. I mean, this is just a buildup of evidence as the prosecution rather, tries to illustrate this tragedy to the judge.
Where is the defense trying to raise reasonable doubt so far?
Yeah, so the defense, of course, is calling this a tragedy, right? They say that the evidence that the prosecution has raised so far and will show, it says that Ibarra, it says that this evidence here is circumstantial. And they also accuse them of exploiting this tragedy, right, amid the national immigration debate that you pointed out at the top of the show, in which, of course, we know Republicans and Democrats have leaned heavily into in the months before the November election. We expect them to really refute and lean into how this evidence was gathered, Diane. They also claim that there was little biological or physical evidence to tie Ibarra to this scene. So it'll be really interesting to see how they navigate and how they litigate this case over the next few days.
And Morgan, we know Ibarra waived his right to a jury trial, so this will be up to the judge. Walk us through what you're expecting from the rest of this trial as they lead up to the judge making that decision.
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's going to look a little bit different from your typical trial, right? This is not a jury trial. It's what we call a bench trial. So going to be a little bit different. So rather than having your prosecution, your counsel, your defense, present evidence to a jury, a panel here, there's going to be fewer formalities with the bench trial because the judge here is the sole fact finder. He knows the law. And with that said, there's a chance that this case could even move a little bit quicker than what we would normally see with the jury trial. So of course, we're going to be following it, and we'll see how this all plays out, Diane.
Morgan Norwood, thank you.